Here we are continuing with Power Up Your Letting Go Habits. It's so very important. I know this fall there's been, not only is there a changing of the seasons behind us and the beautiful fall leaves, however, there's a lot of tasks that are added to the leaders that I work with and their teams. And so it's easy to get lost sight of some of those important success habits. So last week we talked about your mentally fit room. Now we're going to talk about your emotionally fit room. So I just actually had the privilege to present in New Orleans to an amazing group of funeral homeowners as well as directors. And if you're on here, hi. Just such a fun group. And I talked about the idea of what is it, how long have you been hanging on to a regret? How long have you been, beating yourself up for something that you did? And people were putting their hands up a week, a year, 10 years, 30 years, 40 years. And the key is you've only got so many sleeps until between now and January 1. This is an opportunity for you to say, what do I need to let go? So here's your homework coming out of the gate. I'd love for you to take a moment right now and write down all the things you need to let go of. Maybe it's a limiting belief about your body size. Maybe it's a limiting belief about, hey, I really suck at organizing, or I'm really bad at technology, or I'm really bad at conflict, or I'm really bad at having courageous conversations. You see, as a leader, as a team member, we all have strengths, and we all have areas that we need to further develop. It's very important. Just pick one thing, circle one thing on that, and say, what action step can I take to help me just to let go of this? You see, we're a society right now in a culture where we're walking around with all this, we're so tight because we're not allowing ourselves to check in with how we're doing. I mentioned last month the importance of having those emotional check-ins. I'll say them again. It's really important. As a leader, I believe you have a responsibility to be vulnerable with your team. They don't become your therapist. No question on that one. But it's important to say, hey, it's been a really stressful time. My mom being sick, or this death that I've had, or, I've got there's lots of stuff happening. We're implementing the strategic plan, or whatever the deadlines are. It's important to say that and also talk about what habits you're implementing that are helping you to deal with the stress that you've got. So the letting go needs to be daily. I've said this in so many of my training sessions, so much of my coaching, is that letting go is the greatest form of self-compassion. I'll say that again. Letting go is the greatest form of self-compassion. So what helps you to emotionally let go? Is it an escape book? Is it maybe a great Netflix series or a movie? Is it that, maybe talking with somebody? A lot of times we tend to neglect sharing with our peers because we're so busy on the stress treadmill. More than ever, in order for us to let go, in order for us to continuously build that muscle of confidence and resilience, we need to make sure that we are sharing with another trusted person. And if that means hiring a coach or a therapist, whatever works for you, I encourage you to do it, because there is a darkness out there. We know that. There's lots of stuff happening in the world. And so it's important that we have those opportunities to be able to emotionally connect and then emotionally let go. Hope this has been helpful. Have yourself a beautiful day. Remember, you are a powerhouse.